everybody. Welcome to Disastrously Domestic, my podcast about my life in the crafty world. Knitting, sewing, cross-stitching, whatever. Thank you for coming and watching me go on and scatterbrained. Coffee. Today, I'm drinking from my Pike's Place Market mug. That's right, you can only get them here at Pike's Place Market. Nowhere else. Can't buy them online. Which means you have to go to the public market, wait in the tourist line at the first Starbucks forever in order to get this. And then if you are an idiot and order a drink, you have to wait like an hour for your drink to come, when there's a perfectly decent Starbucks a block away. Word to the wise, just get a cup there. Don't order a beverage. Because when they're that rushed, it's not going to be good. And I worked at Starbucks. So anyway, that was a weird tangent. Nobody cares. Story of my life. I'm sitting here in my craft space. What it is a bookshelf. I have some incense going for some ambiance. Yeah, there's, incense right by my yarn. Good thing it's all wool and flame resistant. But that is, after all, why this is disastrously domestic. And not everything goes perfectly domestic. Because it's me. And I forgot to put on lipstick. Sorry. Anyway, let's go into things. Do I have any FOs for knitting? FOs? No. Nope. I thought I had an FO. I thought I did. I showed in a previous episode a really cute hat that I was knitting out of this yarn. And it didn't work. I finished it, washed it, didn't really block it because it stretched so much that it covered my entire head, which was hilarious, but not what I wanted. After which, I decided I would wet it again, put it in the dryer since it's superwash, see if it would shrink up just a little bit, and, it shrunk up a lot. So then, since it was a beret, I put it on a dinner plate and just sprayed the edges around, hoping that I would be able to have a cute shape. And I put it on, and it's ugly. It's ugly. Hideous. I'm not even going to show it because I'm done. I wash my hands of this, as my grandmother would say. May she rest in peace. I made myself sad just now. I miss my grandma. Anyway, buzzkill. Whoops. So, yeah, that FO did not pan out. However, I will not be deterred. I will be making a red beret because it is something I have always wanted. And, I don't know. I'm going to use an existing pattern and just... I need a win, okay? I need a win. Thanks. So that's all for FOs. It's more of a tale of woe than an actual FO. Sad face. Let's move on to whips. So whips I do have. I always have whips. I will never not have a whip. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever happen. Because I have things on the needles from like 6 years ago. And they're gonna stay on the needle, so technically, I will always have a whip. Because I'd be crazy. Yeah. Anyway, whips. Let's look at my show notes. I kind of have them. So, first things first, Garter Goodness by Stephen West. I'll show that off. I've made quite a bit of progress, although it doesn't really look like it because there are 80 million gajillion stitches on here. Here is where I left off. I have since finished another blue stripe and started a pink stripe. And it looks something like this so far. I did work on this on the plane ride to Virginia Beach. I had a lovely time, by the way. Congrats, Casey and Derek. You don't watch because why would you? But I love you guys. Yeah, so this is what I worked on. There's footage of me on Instagram working on this. If you want to see how I knit, you can check that out. Oh, also there's footage of me in my disaster hat as well. So you can look at that. Yeah, but this is just really nice. This is Wonderland. This is yarn from Wonderland Yarns. This is one of the 2 bags, so you can read that and get the gist of what they both are. Different colors. And then, yeah, so I don't know what else to say. It's garter stitch. There's not much else that you can say about garter stitch. Yeah. Speaking of garter stitch and speaking of Stephen West, this is going to be a Stephen West party. Are you ready? I'm also working a little bit on my Penguono sweater, and I will pull that out right now. I'm still working on the second front, but I have made some progress there. So, this is the side, where this black and white is, and then this is where the armhole cast on area is. And I'm starting to decrease down the front. And I said this in previous episode that many of these yarns are hand spun. Probably guess which ones. The like super bright fun colors are all hand spun. The more neutral, dull colors are store-bought. So this was my first front, side, back, can't see it all, other side, and my second front. So I'm really stoked on this project because I'm almost to a point, once I finish the second side piece, I'll be able to knit the shoulder stripe. Well, not stripe, the shoulder section, mine will be striped. And that joins the front piece to the back. So it won't be this really long thing. I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm pretty sure that if I were to lay this out completely flat, it would probably be longer than my height. I think it will be when it's done. This thing's huge, but it's really nice to work on. I'm using size like 11 needles, and it's just nice to not have to think about anything while I work on it. It's all very, very simple. He makes everything so clear. And yeah, thank you, Stephen West, for an awesome pattern. And what else? I have the Marion cardigan by the beautiful Andy Satterland, Seattle girl. I showed this last time. I was going to be making this for the wedding that I attended. I was going to wear it with my dress, which I didn't need to do anyway. I'm glad I didn't finish it because it was so hot, y'all. So hot. I'm in a bubble of nice weather. I am in the right place. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, so I had finished last time. I think I had finished just the front. And I added, so there's the cable pattern, the cable pattern there. And I added these buttons, which are vintage glass buttons. And they're kind of triangle-y, kind of Illuminati. Yeah, I'll buy anything with a triangle on it. You know, or a hexagon. I'm more apt to buy a hexagon than a triangle. Because bees, all right? I said it. So I did finish no, I did not finish. I finished picking up the armhole stitches, or arm stitches, and I am now knitting down the length of the arm on the first sleeve. I feel like I'm doing a really bad job showing things today. Whatever, it's fine. And I'm using, this is a really jumbled up mess of a ball, but I'm using Barocco Ultra Alpaca, which is quite nice. So that is my other whip that I'm going to show this week. I have one more I'm going to talk about, but I have 2 minutes of battery life on this camera and I need to find my plug. Okay, plug acquired, disaster averted. I'm back. Y'all get to look at me a little bit longer. Aren't you glad? Okay. One more knitting whip that I'm going to talk about. Of course there are more, because there's always more. The last whip is something that I just started, like just started, but it is something I'm pretty excited about. Yeah. It is the Japan Sleeves pullover from Joji Locatelli. I saw a really beautiful version of this knit up by Katrina of Cat's Kettle Yarn and the Yarn 30 podcast. I saw hers and I was like, I need to knit that, I think I do. So I started it. I ordered yarn from Knit Picks and they're kind of going to be crazy colors, but the color for the pattern has like a lace detail going down here, down the length of the arm, and you pick up your stitches from that long skinny thing of lace and then you knit the body downward from there. The colors I chose are this really super bright highlighter yellow. This is Stroll from Knit Picks. It's the Stroll Brights. So it is super, super, super yellow. So I started the sleeves, or the lace part of the sleeves. I did one repeat of the pattern. Can you see? So that is a pretty intricate lace pattern. I didn't realize that it was as complicated as it was. Some of the wrong side rows do have lace work happening, so not just purl across, but some of the wrong side rows are just plain, so you do have to look at the pattern pretty carefully, and it's a pretty long pattern repeat. You can see, like, this is one repeat, so it's kind of, whew, but I'm gonna do it. So both of my sleeve lace sections are gonna be this highlighter yellow. And then for the rest of the body, I'm going to be striping two colors, one of which is also Stroll fingering, Agate Heather. And this is a color that was discounted because it's going away, so I hope I have enough. But I thought that was cool together. And I had another, I ordered two of Knit Picks Hawthorn Fingering Speckled in the color Graffiti. I have 2 of these, but the Graffiti I don't think I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna find a different color because when I ordered this, I thought that the base upon which the speckles were applied, I thought that it was pink, but it's cream. And I would like it better if it were white, to be honest, like bright white and not cream, but it's cream. So I have 2 balls of this, or 2 skeins of this. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but it's definitely not gonna work with these. It's just not, I don't know, it's too boring. So I am on the market for something to use with these. Maybe I'll just do black. I don't know, brown and black. Me from 5 years ago is cringing, but the me of right now is like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Brown and black is okay. So that is a whip that I don't know when I'm gonna finish that because, like I said, that lace is pretty intense. It's not really difficult. Nothing about it is hard. Like none of the individual stitches are hard. It's just, I can only work on that when I'm alone. But once I finish the sleeve lace, it should go really fast because it's just stockinette. But that is all that I have in the knitting department. So I guess let's move on to what I'm planning to knit. So we're not done with the knitting department, but we're done with the whip department. Got it? So what am I planning? Big things, big things. I am gonna be doing the West Knits Mystery Knit Along for what year are we in? For 2016. Because I have never missed a single West Knits Mystery Knit Along. Every single one I have done and I have finished. So whether I like them or not, I finish them. So I can't break that chain. I'm gonna have to do it every year that there is one until there aren't any more to do. Yeah, I don't have yarn or anything to show for that, but as soon as it comes, I will show it to you. But I have ordered it. So that starts on October 7th. I believe the first clue comes out, and it is 4 clues will be released in the month of October. So I'm always excited when this time of year comes along because it means another West Knits Mystery Knit Along. Continuing the West Knits theme, I decided that I'm going to be knitting hats for my husband and my son, and I thought it would be cool if I made them the same hat in different colors. So I went to Ravelry and looked through like 80 pages of hat patterns. I'm not exaggerating. And I found a really awesome hat. And I was like, this is a great hat. It's called Dustland. And it has very like Guernsey organzy style design, which is created using only knit and purl, but it makes like nice little chevrons and texture stitch patterns. If you know what a Guernsey organzy sweater looks like, then you will know what this hat looks like. And I'm like, ooh, that's really nice. I'm gonna make this for both of them. And it did come in a child, or it came in small, medium, large, small being 19 inches around, which will fit a child. Yeah, and then I look at the designer, Stephen West. Cutie patootie Stephen West. So I'm like, well, now I have to. Now I have to make it. So that will be happening soon. Not sure when. I don't have any yarn picked out at all. But it'll happen. It will. It'll happen. I think that's all that I have planned for the immediate future. Other than another red beret. Because damn it, I'm gonna have a red beret. I want to talk a little bit about sewing. I'm not going to go too crazy into things, but I am going to just show you very briefly an FO. Don't judge me too harshly, because I wore this and I have not laundered or ironed it, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This is my dress that I made for my cousin's wedding. It is finished, and I will insert photos of me wearing this also. Blah blah blah, very wrinkled. Invisible zipper. Can you see it? No, you can't. But it's very cute. It's very cute. I'm very happy with it. I did install the zipper very crappily. Do you see that at the top? I always do this. I've been sewing for longer than I've been knitting. And I know that you're supposed to put a zipper, when you put a zipper into a dress or garment, you're supposed to look at your seam allowance and put the top of the zipper not at the top of your seam allowance. You want to put it down a little bit. I know this because otherwise it looks like this when you zip it up. And there's a weird thing. If this were slightly lower, you would put a hook and eye, and that gap would not be there and it would not be weird. But I forgot. I don't know. I forgot. So I did it. I realized what I had done and could not find my seam ripper anywhere. And I don't know if you've ever installed a zipper or sewn into a zipper, but it is not really easy to pull your stitches out, especially when you have your stitch length set to be pretty small. And I was on a deadline, so I was just like, oh, what am I gonna do? So I came up with a solution. I added little snaps on both sides of my collar, and I made a cute little bow to snap across. So the back of my dress had this really cute bow. It hid the ugly disaster of a zipper, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah. Good job, Jezebel. So anyway, I want to show the guts. I did a fully lined dress, and I just used a skin color on the inside. The bodice is completely, or the sleeves are completely encased, which looks quite nice. And where the zipper meets the lining, I just did a, oh, you can't see it, can you? I just did a blanket stitch really quickly by hand to hold the lining to the zipper. Because that was just easier for me. There might be a better way to do it, but you know, I have yet to find it, and I liked that little bit of contrast on the inside. I don't know. It's not a perfect job. It's very much an amateur job, but yeah. So, enjoy some pictures where it's not wrinkled and ugly. That's all I have for sewing. I haven't been working on any of my quilts or anything else, so short segment. Next segment is needlework. I actually have some exciting things happening in my needlework life in the cross stitch department. I have shown many times my God Bless This Meth cross stitch, and I am thrilled to announce that it is finished. It's done. So I rolled it up. Here it is. Is it in the screen? Is it in there? So there it is in all its glory. Not sure what's going to happen with this. If it will be framed or turned into some kind of wall hanging or a pillow or a project bag. I don't think a project bag. I think it needs to be on the wall, kind of close to when you enter the front door. So yeah, that's done. I'm excited. It's done. And I started a new cross stitch. Kind of impulsively, I bought 2 cross stitch patterns and all the all the thread required for them. But I will show it right now. So this is what I have. Hold on. I'm just gonna let my thread hang down so that you can see it a little bit easier. This is called Midnight by Barbara Anna Designs, and it is a witchy themed cross stitch. Not necessarily Halloween, but I've said before, witchy stitches are the best stitches, so here it is. And it says, "'Tis now the very witching time of night." W. Shakespeare. I believe it's from Hamlet. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I do adore Shakespeare, but I'm a little rusty. I haven't been in school in a while, and sorry, I have not really read Shakespeare in a few years. I should stop that chain there. I should pick up something and read it. Do you guys have a favorite Shakespeare play? Suggest it. I am open to reading any of it. I mean, I have everything. I have his complete works. Yeah, I would like to read some of them again. My favorite is King Lear. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I told you that. Anyway, so it's gonna be so cute. And so along the side, there are little witches with broomsticks. There's some other stuff. You know what? Let me just show you. Instead of telling you about it, I can show you a picture of the pattern. So it's kind of a small picture, but that's the gist of it. I'm excited. I said excited again. Yes, I did. And I'm going to say it a couple more times, probably before the end of this episode. Deal with it. So, along with this pattern, I picked up another pattern that is more Halloween themed. So much noise. That is more Halloween themed. Sorry. Oh my god. Let's make some more noise. Another Barbara Anna Designs. This is called the Rampant Cats Sampler. And it says All Hallows Eve and then some random year. It is that very traditional, primitive, Quakery style, which I think is kind of my favorite style for cross stitch. I don't know. It works with my aesthetic and all the witchiness. I think it goes quite nicely. You know, Salem and all that jazz. No real witches in Salem, though. I'm sorry. Don't you ever say that you're descended from witches from Salem. Those girls were tripping on a fungus of some kind that was growing on the grains that they were ingesting. In other words, they were batshit. Nobody was a witch. Not a real one, anyway. So if you say you're descended from Salem witches, I'm gonna be laughing my ass off at you. Soapbox. Stepping off. Okay. Needlework. Needlework. Do I have anything else? No. I don't think I do. Moving on. I guess that's all of my crafting that I have to talk about, so I'll just go into what I've been up to lately. I have had a haircut. It is a pixie. It is funky, spunky, wild, wonderful. I'm very excited to have this haircut. Again, I've had this before. And it's just a happy homecoming. However, I'm not digging being a blonde. Just not. I don't know. I like it, but I feel like if I don't do myself up and put makeup on, and then I just look bad. I don't know. It's just not for me. So I've ordered hair dye. My poor hair. It'll live. It's only hair. If it all falls out, I have wigs. I have really nice wigs. So, yeah. Not the end of the world. But it's not gonna fall out. Because they're semi-permanent and everything. But, yeah, I might have pink hair next episode. We'll see. We'll see. It is September, which means that Max and I are going to be having our anniversary very soon. We met in 2002, and we have been together since 2002. We were married in 2007. And our wedding anniversary and our official being a couple anniversary are very close together. So our couple's anniversary is September 27th and our marriage anniversary is September 29th. So yeah, it's, we've been together a long time. I still like him. I was saying a while ago that I wish he could retire right now so that we could just be together all the time because I like him. I don't think I'd get tired of being around him. Maybe I'm codependent. I don't know. But, I mean, I am. I am a little, but. So Max, I love you. Happy anniversary. I'm your angel. I'm everybody's angel, right? So the next thing I'm going to talk about, you know, Max, keep in mind how much I love you when I talk about this, because I want to talk a little bit about tattoos, because I want one. Or I should say, I want another one. I don't know how this topic has been coming up in my life, in my like regular life, quite often. And it's also come up in my knitting life and just all parts of my life. Tattoos have been popping up and just like doing this, like a siren. Like, you need to get more tattoos. You don't have enough tattoos. Yeah. So I really want to get another large piece. I have technically 5, it's kind of 4 tattoos. I have my foot done, completely covered with an anchor and wave, and that was my first tattoo. And then I also have bees on both of my knees, or near both of my knees. Bees knees. That is dedication to comedy right there. Bet you didn't know Scorpios were so funny. We're not just bitchy, we're funny too. So I have those on my knees, and I love bees, and I need more bee tattoos. So my next tattoo might have bees in it, just so y'all know. I have this on my wrist, which is hard to see, which is a forget-me-not flower with antlers, because the deer is one of my totems. Spirit animals, right? But they are a sacred animal to me. And I have my arm, which I'm sure you've all seen. There's a blue jay there and some Cherokee roses. And yeah, I just really, really, really want more. I'm one of those people who wants to be covered. Basically, I want to be covered in tattoos. I don't want anything on my neck. Maybe the back of my neck, but not around here. Don't want anything on my face, obs. But yeah, pretty much I just want, I want something. I want something big. Yeah. Anyway. Tattoos are some of my favorite things, and I've just been kind of just searching various tattoo related hashtags on Instagram and feeling resentment toward everyone who has an awesome new tattoo when I don't have one, because you know what? I want one. And I covet your tattoos. So that would be a really great anniversary present, right? We could even get tattoos together. No, we can't because we don't have anyone to watch our child. But whatever. I guess the last thing, which we will just close out the podcast with, I guess, is over the weekend, my family and I went to Mount Rainier National Park, which is in Washington State. It was about 2 hours drive to get there, and we walked around. It was only like a mile hike that we took because 6-year-old in tow, but it was really beautiful, and I have a few photographs that I guess, I sound so proper, photographs, that I will stick at the end of this episode. So you can take a look at those, or you could get on Instagram and look at them there. Oh, I don't think I said at the beginning that you can find me on Instagram as disastrously_domestic, and you can find me on Ravelry as Sugar Sticks. There's also a Facebook group for Disastrously Domestic and a Ravelry group as well, which you can find by searching Disastrously Domestic in the groups tab. Until next week or 2 weeks, or until next time, happy knitting! Party! Stitch away! Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which means you could pretty much do whatever the hell you want. Bye.